Welcome to another episode of Strictly Business Unscripted. I'm your host, Keandra Jones, and I'm here to provide the ultimate networking hub and exclusive peek into the lives of thriving entrepreneurs and business owners. This podcast will educate, ignite inspiration, foster encouragement, and pave the way for growth among small businesses and the overall Oak Cliff community. Today is a very special show as we'll introduce you to yet another executive committee member of the Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce. But first, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Home Care Network, ServPro, Breakfast Brothers, and the Dallas Zoo. We appreciate your support. But again, we've got a fantastic show themed Get to Know Your Oak Cliff Chamber Executive Committee. We're here today with the fantastic trailblazer, Amanda Moreno-Lake. Miss Lake, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So, we want to know all about you. Are you nervous?
I am.
Don't be. Don't be.
Okay.
So, as most of you know, me and Amanda are very close, and I know a lot of the things, but I'm not going to go too deep. We're just going to talk about some things that maybe the general public doesn't know about you. So, we know you to be Oak Cliff's amazing queen. You've got all the real estate, the very building that we're in, you're an owner of, as well as Bishop Arts. I think we know that you're the queen of Oak Cliff. So, we're going to talk about some other things. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So first, we're going to start with the Chamber of Commerce. There are a lot of chambers of commerces out there in this metroplex. I happen to be a bit biased because the Oak Cliff Chamber, I've been able to be here 17 years. But what is your reason for being so committed to this organization?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me here on this show. And my commitment to this organization is the fact that it has caused me to be where I'm at today. I've learned a lot from being a member of the Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce. By being involved, because what you put in is what you get in, by being involved with the organization and getting to know the city plan commissioners and the city council, how important that is, and getting to network. Because I believe that success comes by building relationships. And through all the events that you have within this organization and the speakers that you bring and the networking that happens, you're able to build relationships and make business grow.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, Amanda, even though you don't look like it, you've served a long time this organization. Do you know how long you've been committed to this organization?
Probably about 26 years.
Okay. I think by far of everyone that we've interviewed, you've got the longest tenure. So what keeps you that involved, that committed?
You know, this is my home. I do business here. I live here. I want everybody around me to grow and make this community a better community.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's your favorite program that the Oak Cliff Chamber offers?
Well, economic development obviously is something that's extremely important. Mm-hmm. I like attending, the events that you have through the years that bring in entrepreneurships and getting to network with one another.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you play a huge role in our annual events each year, our annual Spotlighting the Cliff Awards.
Yes.
As you are a previous recipient of the award several times over, as well as you participate each year. What are your thoughts about recognizing people who do a great job contributing to our Oak Cliff?
I think it's extremely important to recognize people that go the extra mile. Mm-hmm. I think that it's not just being a member of the chamber, but also being active in the chamber and participating, which is extremely important. Mm-hmm. Recognizing people that are involved and giving them a recognition for what they've done and the time. Mm-hmm. It is a volunteer position a lot of the times, and you know, it's they can be anywhere else, but they choose to be here, so like we do.
Yeah. Okay, so you know our team well, and we've got a goofy kind of team. What's your favorite part of the Oak Cliff Chamber team?
I think that you keep it going with a lot of different fun events that you do. That's team building, which I think it's really important for the morale of an organization. And you keep it fun. I think it's fun. They get to go to different places, dress up with different themes. Really, I mean, you really are do a great job in that team building within your organization, and I think it's key.
Okay, so Amanda, I'm not scripted. That's why this is called Strictly Business Unscripted. I cannot be scripted, and I have an amazing question for you. It's just
I'm already getting nervous.
It's just for you. Tell me about a time that this organization has contributed, a story when this organization contributed to some of your success. We all know that you're super successful. You've done so many things. Tell me it's something that this organization specifically has done to contribute to that.
Well, one that I will never be indebted to the Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce forever and ever is I got to meet my husband that I truly love so much. And being a member of the Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce is where I met my husband, Jim Lake.
So I was honored to be a part of your meeting him. And I remember that I've never, ever in my whole life seen a man more in love than I saw when Jim Lake looked at you. I didn't know that a man was capable of like wearing that on his face. And that was the first time I'd ever used the word smitten. And he still is like that to this day. So you're so fortunate. And I know that the chamber had nothing to really do with that other than putting you guys in the same room at the same time.
I would have probably never have met him. I mean, honestly, we didn't run in the same circles at all. I think that truly being involved, and that's why I encourage everyone, not because you're able to meet your husband in an organization, but you probably can, just like I did. Mm-hmm. But you never know who you're going to meet, yeah. And I think that anybody that's in business should be a member of the Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce or whatever organization that they're close to, whether it's in Dallas or anywhere else. I really encourage everyone to be part of I would say Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce is very, very well connected, and you get to meet a lot of different business people, and I think that's key to success.
Well, you heard it right here. Oak Cliff Chamber is where connections are made. But stay tuned. We've got a word that's coming up from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
When it comes to taking care of your senior loved ones, you're not alone. There's help right here in our community. The Home Care Network provides help and resources that allow aging seniors, those with disabilities, and those recovering to stay in place in their own home.
We provide in-house clinical services for patients that are 65 and older who need clinical services in the home. We do everything from skilled nursing to physical therapy, all of that in the home. So we empower patients to have a voice in their healthcare services.
For more information about Home Care Network, visit homecarenetwork.com.
And welcome back. We're here with the most amazing guest today, Miss Amanda Moreno-Lake. We all know her as the Queen of Oak Cliff, the trailblazer in real estate. We all know who Amanda Lake is, but we're going to do a deeper dive and kind of get in her business a little bit in an unscripted way. So we are back with some questions here. Okay, so we know you to be all things real estate. You're a commercial redeveloper and all the things. What makes your personality best suited to do what you do?
I think being a mom, being a grandmother, having an amazing husband, mm-hmm. I think I'm living my best life. Mm-hmm. And I've always been a positive person. Mm-hmm. So I've always looked at things in a positive manner. Mm-hmm. And even when things weren't so positive. Mm-hmm. So I just kept it going with being positive.
Yeah. You know, you've said something amazing. I've always said that a mother can do any job. It doesn't matter what it is, because moms are problem solvers. They are responsible for little humans. They're responsible for life. A mom can do anything. Tell me one instance with one of your little ones. Well, I guess they're not little ones anymore.
I've got granddaughters, 3 granddaughters.
Tell me an instance that one of them taught you a life lesson.
Well, I became a great listener when I became a mom, and that I'm not always right, that you can learn from your children if you listen and pay attention. And yes, we may have the experience and the knowledge more than they do, but, you know, they also have God created them with a brain, and I have learned a lot from all my children.
Yeah. Is there a time that they sat you down and said, "Hey, Mom, listen, I got something to tell you"?
Yes, I will talk about one particular incident that happened when my son was 15 years old. He said, "If I was a girl, you would have had this big quinceañera for me." And, "Mom, I'm not. I'm a man," he says. He says, "Why don't you take that money and instead of spending that money and having this big celebration for me, invest it for me?"
Wow.
And so that I kept that with me, and when an opportunity came to invest, and these quinceañeras can be pretty expensive, he says, "Why don't you just buy a piece of real estate for me? Do something like that." And so I, thought about that. And I said, he's so right. Opportunity came around, and I ended up doing just that. Actually bought a building in Fair Park. And last year, my $30,000 investment for him, I was able to sell it for $430,000.
Oh, wow.
So, I would have not thought of it at the time to invest for him. If he was right, if he would have been, it's our tradition and our culture, I would have had a really big quinceañera for him. And he taught me to start investing now for them as well.
Yeah.
And so I'll do that for my granddaughters.
So, Amanda, you sit before me, a very humble woman that comes from very humble beginnings, and that's one of the things that I appreciate so much about being around you. But you've done some phenomenal things in terms of your family is concerned, breaking what we call generational curses, making sure that you're legacy building for your kids and your grandkids. And
Right.
how does it feel, without being modest? Take the modest filter off. This is time to brag, girl. How does it feel to know that because of your efforts and your success, that your children's children should not have a financial problem?
Well, I feel really blessed, but it didn't come easy. It was a lot of hard work. I think a lot of people now see me in a different light, but they didn't know me back when I was starting and how hard it was. Commercial real estate is something that's extremely difficult. It's, urban redevelopment is not easy. You don't have a lot of developers. You may have some women in commercial real estate, but they're not urban redevelopers. It was very difficult, but I'm glad I did it. But when you go through tough times, it actually makes you and molds you to who you are today. So I've been a survivor since I was a child. I'm number 6 out of 7, and I learned how to survive then. And I use my survival skills, and I feel blessed. I feel so blessed, and my children are hard workers, and I've instilled in them that nothing comes easy. That there's nothing free in this world. You've got to work for it, and I'm a very proud mom and a very proud grandmother.
So you've got 2 little ones in terms of grandbabies. 3.
3.
3.
One was just born.
You just had another one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So are they all girls?
All girls. You see, I have nothing but boys, 3 boys. Now I'm blessed with 3 beautiful granddaughters.
Oh my God! Congratulations!
Thank you.
I cannot wait. This is not about me, but I'm really trying to get Kendra to have something. It's just not happening right now. But
Oh, it will. It will. Give it some time. Give it some time.
I'm looking forward to it. But aside from being able to spend time with your beautiful granddaughters and your family throughout the course of the day, what is your favorite part of your day? Aside from family, we know you're family focused, as you should be. But what's your favorite part of the day?
I think when I get home and I'm, comfortable at home and I'm relaxing and just be able to sit on my couch and look outside to my beautiful plants and just really enjoy being home and cooking and gardening, which, I like to do. It's just a blessing. Sometimes I can't even believe that I'm living the life I'm living.
Okay. So this is the last and final question, but I'm going to flip it to you.
Okay.
What question do you have for me?
Okay. So tell us, what is your favorite part of working as the president of the Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce and the first woman to be a president of the Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce in 104 years? 4 years.
That's a great question. There are so many things that I love about this organization. And the thing is, because of mentorship like yours and other key people, we've been able to make this our Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce, and we've been able to be different than any other chamber in the Metroplex. And I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of our events and our team. We have an amazing team, an amazing board, executive committee. And so to have walked in here in 2007 and respectfully, all of our board members did not look like me or you at the time. Most of them were white, middle-aged men. And for us to be able to have changed that, we've been able to see change, implement change, and it's been a good change. And so I love the diversity, I love our events, and I feel honored to have been able to head up this organization.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that's going to be a wrap. We've heard from the amazing trailblazer, Miss Amanda Moreno-Lake, who is on our executive committee. And hopefully you've learned just a little bit more about who she is, her journey, her likes, her dislikes, all of the things. And so we're so honored that she dropped by, which this is her building, so she can drop by whenever she wants to. So thank you so much for being with us
Thank you
today.
for having me.
So again, thank you so much for tuning in to Strictly Business Unscripted. I am your host, Keandra Jones, and we'll see you next time.